Well, hello everyone. I'm Rushi Ghizal from UPS Kusumbhi.Hype unnao, and today I'm presenting a lesson plan on mathematics, and the topic is linear equation in two variables. The subtopic is application of simultaneous equations with two variables. Second is solving of simultaneous linear equation with periodic questions. Teaching aids in general, we have got whiteboard, duster, color marker, and Diksha app. In general, objectives of teaching mathematics is to create interest in math, to develop mathematical attitude, to develop power of independent thinking, reasoning, and explaining. The specific objectives of teaching the chapter is students will develop the knowledge and meaning of linear equations in two variables. Students will develop the knowledge and methods to solve simultaneous equations by elimination and substitution method. Now, for previous knowledge assumed, it is assumed that the students are aware of linear equations in one variables. They also know about constant and variables. For previous knowledge testing, teacher asks over here what are variables, and students reply a quantity that can be written in small alphabets of English like X, A, Y, C, etc. over here. Then what are constants? The students reply a quantity whose value does not change or cannot be varied like 200, pi, etc. What are linear equations in one variable? An equation which can be expressed in the form of ax plus b is equal to 0, where x is variable and has only one solution. Then teacher asks what are linear equations in two variables. There is no response, and so the teacher announces the topic that today we are going to study the chapter linear equations in two variables. The presentation is as following. Teacher explains the meaning of simultaneous equation. Teacher explains simultaneous equations are two or more algebraic expressions with the same unknown variables and the same value of variables satisfying each equations. There are two methods to solve simultaneous equation. One is called as substitution method and other is called as elimination method. Now teacher explains first to solve by elimination method over here. So students, they look in the board. Teacher writes over here two equations. One is x minus y is equal to 4. Other is 3x plus 2y is equal to 27. This is named as equation 1 and this is named as equation 2. Now what the teacher does is she multiplies equation 1 by 3. After multiplying equation 1 by 3, it converts into 3x minus 3y is equal to 12. Now we write down equation 2 and 3 simultaneously. Writing them, we get these two equations. Now what we do is change the sign of all the equations over here because we want to cancel one of the variables over here. So by this 3x minus 3x will give me 0. And then over here I get the following results which are left. From here I get y is equal to 3. Now I substitute the value of y. I can substitute it any of the equations. So I am substituting this value in equation 1 and keeping y is equal to 3, we get x is equal to 7. So the solution of this simultaneous equation is x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Now teacher comes to solve the simultaneous equations by substitution method. In this again she takes two equations 1 and 2. Then teacher says that we have to substitute the value of either x or y from one equation to the other. Like in the above given equation, what she does is in place of x we can write minus y plus 1. So over here we are going to substitute minus y plus 1. This is what the teacher does over here, and she solves the question. We get the value of y is equal to -1. Substituting the value of y is equal to -1 in equation 1, we get over here x is equal to 2. So the solution of this equation is x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -1. This is how we solve the simultaneous equations. Now teacher explains to solve some other simultaneous equations which are basically in forms of questions. Like over here the question is the sum of two numbers is 24. One number is thrice the other. Find the number. So over here she assumes that let one number be x and other be y. It is given that x plus y is equal to 24. Secondly, it is also given that one number is twice the other. So we take x equal to 2y, that is, it is twice y. Now putting this in equation 1, we get the value of y is equal to 8. And again, putting the value of y in equation 2, we get the value of x is equal to 16. So this is how we solve simultaneous equations in two variables. Now for recapitulation, teacher gives the following question, solve the following by any method. Then she gives the other one which is solved by elimination method, and one question is that to solve by substitution method. In homework, teacher gives the following questions. Two angles of a triangle are in the ratio 5:4. If one angle is greater than the other by 10 degrees, find all the angles. Similarly, she gives question 2 and 3. That's all for this chapter. Thank you everyone.